common market of Eurasian economic space countries will be created. The draft law on ratification of agreement on coordination of the legislation of Eurasian Economic Union's member states in the financial market was approved by the Senate. The agreement has 7 points. It includes the removal of administrative barriers between the member countries for the mutual recognition of banking, insurance, securities and service licenses, as well as ensuring unlimited access to the market. State regulation is planned to be improved, while its implementation procedure will be approved. The agreement also contains a set of requirements for the protection of the rights and property of the financial services consumers. The coordination plan on a single financial assistance for member countries is planned to be completed by 2025. The legislation system of one of the countries of the Eurasian Economic Union cannot be considered as common legislation. The legislation will be based on international principles and best international practice. The functions on conducting independent monetary policy, ensuring financial stability, and supervisory duties will remain under the purview of central banks and financial regulators of the member countries.
The first digital farm has been opened in Pavlodar region. The pilot project is being implemented in horse breeding area. The project is unique due to its ability to track the movement of the herds from territories without internet access. Jannat Akhtayev observes his horses at the pasture from home. Every half an hour, he received signals from the horses to his mobile phone.
Екінші айғыр, бурят, 2-ден 2 жарымда передал. Үшінші 2-ден 15 кеткенде міне қызғалдақ. Айдахар 2-ден 45 кеткенде.
In case of bad weather, such as downpour or a snowstorm, the animals remain under the observation of horse breeders. This is the main advantage of the applied system, in contrast to the analog technologies. You can see by the recorded data on the memory card how the herd of horses is moving around, where it had been going and so on. I mean, for shepherds, this whole process becomes more convenient and the search procedure of the missing animals becomes much easier. Special sensors that are mounted on collars and then attached to horses provide the communication with the farm. The received data is stored in the system practically forever. The digital technology creates a local internet connection. Satellite dishes received a signal from space and transmit it to the base station, whereby the radius of action is about 30 kilometers. In this pilot project, we are specifically identifying the client's needs, how he wants it to be, and then the client himself modernizes it by offering the innovations that would be useful to him. By adjusting to the needs of the client, the program for the development of digital farms is planned to be implemented in farms in the future. The program includes registration of animals by creating digital passports in which all the data on vaccination, chipping, and much more will be recorded.
Naturalization of ethnic Kazakhs will be introduced in Kazakhstan based on a single window system. The project is being developed by Otandastar Foundation. Representatives of the organization said that it is necessary to amend the legislation for the citizenship purposes. The project will be implemented by the end of next year. Ethnic Kazakhs are eligible to apply for grants and quotas to obtain education in their homeland. Children camps will also be made available to the compatriots. In addition, a call center to support the compatriots has been operating since April this year.
Әртүрлі мәліметтер бойынша сыртта 5 миллионнан 8 миллионға дейін, ал кейбір мәліметтер бойынша одан да көп.
According to different sources, nearly 5 million to 8 million Kazakhs live in other countries. We are doing tremendous work to obtain information about the precise number of our compatriots abroad. We have developed a draft law. On top of this, the special commission was created which will serve to support the compatriots living overseas.
Тұсаукесерін жасадық, ол кезде талқыладық. Ол біріншіден ең басты мақсаты сыртта тұрып жатқан бауырларымызды қолдау.
There are more than 300 tourist facilities in Akhmola region. Most of the facilities are located in the Burabay resort area. Construction work of an ice town in the center of Burabay is being completed. In addition to skating rinks and slides, 15 areas are allocated for winter entertainment at the resort.
Bizde Бурабай ауданында
The extreme park is opened in Burabay. It is 1.5 kilometers long. Many tourists from all over Kazakhstan, specifically from Nur-Sultan, Karaganda, Kostanay, and other cities, visit the park.
жиі келіп отырады.
Every year, up to 1 million people visit the Kazakh Switzerland for vacation. One-third of the visitors, which is more than 350,000 tourists, choose Burabay during winter. Visitors of the resort said that it is impossible to resist the natural beauty of the place.
Здесь очень прекрасная погода.
The weather is so nice. It is so beautiful here, especially the mountains. This positively affects our health. In the future, we want to come here again to have a walk and to breathe this fresh air.
Погулять, вдохнуть этот воздух.
It is impossible to describe how clean the air is and how beautiful the nature is in Burabay during winter. When leaving this place, we want to come back as soon as possible. We will definitely come here again. Various sports events are organized regularly in Burabay in order to attract tourists. For example, the Khansonar International Bird Hunting Tournament is held for several years in a row. It always garners the great interest among tourists. In addition, festivals such as Santa Fest, Winter Fairy Tale, and others are being planned. Experts said that these initiatives, among others, will significantly increase the number of visitors for winter vacation. The Symphony of Eternal Life exhibition of famous Kazakh artist Amanat Nazarkul was opened at the Kyrgyz National Museum of Fine Arts. More than 40 works of Amanat have been showcased. The works are made in different styles, including painting, graphics, and decorative art, which reflect the history of the artist's development in his professional career.
Я хочу сказать, я не делаю иллюстрации к книге, не делаю. Я делаю.
I want to say that I do not create illustrations for books. I express my worldview. I reveal the topic of space and environment in my own way. I also reflect on current affairs. Basically, philosophy must be truly individual because every artist is an individual. If I paint for the books written by different writers, this is completely different meaning.
Если бы я иллюстрировал книгу, например, писатель, это совсем другое уже значение.
Mostly graphic works were presented in the exhibition. Paintings drawn in a particular technique garnered the interest of visitors. Each painting is unique and distinctive, conveying history, culture, and traditions of Kazakhs. The exhibition includes a section of modern Kazakh art, which is continuously developing. Amanat Nazarkul's works are different in terms of versatility of the perception. Each painting is a completed work, while every element in it is a separate story.
Вы знаете, вот эти работы, мне кажется, они должны...
I think these works must be very expensive because they have only one copy. You cannot duplicate or make another copy because the works might lose the depth in the copy. The whole point is depth. So, when you look at this deep painting, you see the space in this work. Surely, not everyone can do this using only ordinary pencil and a piece of paper. He's a master of the highest level.
Это не каждый сможет. Он мастер высочайшего класса.
Nazarkul Amanat continuously pursues creativity. His works belong to the art of movement, in the unlimited possibilities of which he believes. All his artistry life goes along with great spiritual upsurge and full dedication. The art of the famous Kazakh master reflects his search for national identity and spiritual foundations of the creativity. The achievements reveal the meaning of many contemporary phenomena to the public.
Central Asia's Got Talent project has brought together contestants from Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. 26-year-old illusionist from Tashkent, Dmitry Polyakov, promises to make a sensational performance at the grand finale.
Первый фокус еще в школе показывал.
I showed my first trick when I was studying at school. At the auditions, I disappeared from the scene and appeared in the hall. I will show a spectacular appearance in the finale.
Немножко напугать все-таки жюри и зрителей.
Besides illusionists, acrobats, vocalists, dancers, geeks, and other talents of different age groups are ready to show their unique and creative abilities.
Те 12 участников, которые 22
Those 12 participants who will perform on December 22nd on the stage are the treasure which we managed to find in the entire Central Asia. All of the performances are different from each other. Each participant has been training for more than half a year to perform successfully.
свой номер уже больше, чем полгода.
Central Asia's Got Talent is similar to the popular American project. The program involves 5 stages including casting, open auditions, quarterfinal, semi-final and the upcoming grand finale. More than 1,000 participants from 4 countries have showcased their talents and skills. Winner of the competition will receive 10 million tenge. The grand finale of the talent show will be live on broadcast on Khabar channel on December 22nd.
Three books that collected all the work of Kazakh nation has been presented in Almaty. The first book is called The Anthology of the Steppe Folklore. The first 5 volumes out of 10 have been published. They include heroic epic poems and Kazakh folk dastans. The book is available in electronic and audio versions. Meanwhile, the 3-volume book, Ancient Motifs of the Great Steppe, contains vivid examples of musical folklore. It includes 335 folk songs, music and scientific comments. Furthermore, the Treasures of the Great Steppe book series offer literary works written in Turkic language. The circulation of the book is 10,000 copies. The books have been published as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program. For example, there are more than 20 versions of Qoblandı Batır epos. Most of them are written in Arabic or Latin. All of the versions had been studied and compared to each other for a long period of time, and then the most popular and accurate narration was published. This will allow the whole world to learn history, national values, and spiritual culture of Kazakhs.
The new interpretation of the Cinderella legendary fairy tale will be staged at Astana Ballet. The long-awaited play, based on Charles Perrault's fairy tale, will be premiered in the capital city of Kazakhstan. Residents and visitors will enjoy the contemporary dance, vivid characters, humor, and the unique scenery. Choreographers said that Cinderella is one of the large-scale and challenging performances. First of all, music is sophisticated. Secondly, it is very hard to create a 2-act ballet from a 3-act score. It was difficult for me to cut some of the musical fragments of Sergei Sergeyevich Prokofiev. We have very sophisticated scenery. I am confident that everything will turn into one single story that will be told successfully. The colorful story unfolds as Cinderella's diary. In the interpretation of well-known set designer Sergei Novikov, the theme of the book is reflected not only in the scenery but also in small props and costumes of the artists. The famous glass slippers will be replaced by pointed shoes decorated with sparkling rhinestones. The shoes are embroidered with precious gems. This is a completely new production that has been created for us, for our artists. Of course, everything is new from costumes to decorations. This is a huge responsibility. Moreover, I am performing it for the first time. So as an artist, it's interesting to me. This is my new part in the performance and I have a lot to do. According to the theatre management, Cinderella will be included in the program of international tours next year. The fairy tale where miracle and kind deeds happen is available to residents and visitors of the capital city. The premiere will also take place on 21st and 22nd December as well as 7th and 8th January. Scientist Arman Nurmohanbetov wrote a book, Kasyet, which provides an insight into the spiritual world of the Great Steppe, as well as information about origins of traditions, cultural values of nomadic civilizations, and ancient cults of the Turkic people. The book is based on a series of published research that the scientists conducted. The influence of Tengrism has resulted in the knowledge of erecting monuments, naming children with the names of ancestors, as well as the worship of holy sky, animals, trees, and mountains. Tengrism continues to be an educational topic of rich cultural heritage of mankind.
В основном тенгрианцев в первую очередь сохранилось в традициях.
Tengrism has been preserved in traditions and in the lifestyle of nomads' descendants. First of all, nomads recognized the laws of heaven and nature. The nomads considered themselves as part of this nature, so most of the traditions have survived to this day. The ancient customs of ancestors have been preserved well in the nomadic communities of Kazakh, Kyrgyz, Bashkirs, and Turkmens.
Казахском, кыргызском, башкирском, туркменском более сохранились древние обычаи предков.